Hey guys, it's Samantha from striped pattern cats to expert climbers. These are the cutest wildcats on Earth.
Number 11. Fishing cat. The fishing cat is found in South and Southeast Asia and is the most sizable of the brownish-yellow genus, a group of small spotted wildcats that are native to Asia.
They reach up to 31 inches in length and can weigh up to 35 pounds. They look like smaller versions of leopards and have grayish fur with stripes and spots.
Fishing cats also have white patches on the backs of their ears. These animals are believed to be mostly nocturnal and they primarily hang out near the water, not surprising considering their name. Fishing cats are also capable of swimming for extended distances and staying underwater for long periods of time. Their primary source of food is fish, not shocking either, but they also eat insects, rodents, birds, reptiles, and pretty much anything small enough to eat and easy enough to hunt. The fishing cat is West Bengal's state animal. Unfortunately, the existence of these creatures is threatened. The wetlands they live in and around are being destroyed and polluted due to human settlements and agriculture. Some people also terminate these wildcats because they get into fish stocks. However, hunting is prohibited in several Asian countries to prevent the destruction of fishing cats. Breeding programs are established as well to get their numbers up. Thankfully, the measures are helping these charming felines prosper once more. Number 10. Clouded leopard. Another adorable wildcat is called the clouded leopard. Its fur is dark gray and orange-brown, and they have large gray or black blotchy patches over the majority of their bodies. The sizable blotches resemble clouds, which is how the clouded leopard got its name. They also exhibit black spots on their heads and stripes near their eyes and on their cheeks, necks, and shoulders. Clouded leopards are fairly small. They range from 27 to 43 inches in length, not including their tails, and weigh up to 51 pounds. They are native to the Himalayan foothills in Bhutan, Nepal, Bangladesh, Thailand, and various other Southeast Asian countries. Unfortunately, you may never see one of these majestic creatures because they are difficult to come across. Clouded leopards are generally solitary and they spend a lot of time in trees.
It is one of the best climbers regarding wildcats. They can also steer themselves with their tails and can jump to almost 4 feet in the air.
Although many of these wildcats are hunted in various areas, there are areas where they are held in high regard. The clouded leopard was even the mascot for the 2017 FIFA U17 World Cup, which was hosted in India. Number 9. Jeffrey's cat. You might mistake this tiny adorable feline as domestic at first glance, but it is just as wild as the rest of the cats on this list. The Jeffrey's cat pattern looks similar to a leopard. It has several dark spots over its entire body and black bands on its head, neck, cheeks, tail, and legs. Its primary color varies from gray to brownish-yellow, with a white or cream-colored abdomen. However, some Jeffrey's cats are entirely black. They only grow up to 24 inches long and weigh up to 11 pounds on average, with some getting up to 17 pounds. They are native to Bolivia, Argentina, Uruguay, Chile, and Brazil, and inhabit lowlands and savannahs in the Gran Chaco. These charming creatures prey on small animals including hares, rodents, lizards, insects, frogs, and fish. Number 8. Chinese mountain cat. Also known as the Chinese desert or Chinese steppe cat, this species is endemic to the western part of China. Their fur is the color of sand with darker guard hairs, which make up the outer layer of the cat's coat. Chinese mountain cats also have black rings on their tails and legs. They only grow up to 33 inches long, not including their tails, and weigh up to 20 pounds. Their main source of food is birds, rodents, and pikas, small mammals that look similar to rabbits. Number 7. Canadian lynx. This species of wildcat is native to North America, mainly in Canada and Alaska. These creatures have a mystical appearance, with silvery fur that grows fairly long to protect them from the frosty weather. The iconic features of the lynx are its long tufts of black hair that protrude from the tips of its ears.
The Canadian lynx also has long fur on its cheeks that grow long enough to cover its neck, giving the appearance of a ruffle.
Their coats also change color depending on the season. In the summer, they are reddish-brown, but turn more of the signature gray color in winter months. Its tail exhibits dark rings with a solid black tip. Canadian lynx have 4 long canines as well that contain numerous nerves, so they know exactly where they are biting into their prey. They mainly hunt snowshoe hares, which make up between 25 and 97% of their diet. However, they will also feed on grouse, ducks, and red squirrels, among other small prey. The Canadian lynx spends most of its time in the forest. It was considered extinct in Colorado in the 1970s, but it was successfully reintroduced to the state in 2010 after an 11-year-long attempt.
Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, and now back to the video.
Number 6. Black-footed cat.
There is no denying this cat's adorable appearance. In fact, you might just want to pick one up and take it home.
But refrain, these cats are just as untamed as other species we've discussed. They are also called small spotted cats and are endemic to southern Africa in dry savannas and are mostly found in Zimbabwe, South Africa, and Namibia. They're very small, only reaching 17 inches long and weighing up to 5.5 pounds. The females are tinier than the males. The black-footed cat's fur can be various colors, including cinnamon and tawny, and they have brown spots and rings on their necks, tails, and legs. Plus, the bottoms of its feet are black, which you probably guessed from the name. Since they are nocturnal, they aren't seen very often. Black-footed cats spend their days napping in hollow termite mounds or the empty burrows of other critters. They don't drink much water. Instead, they get the vast majority of their moisture from the animals they eat, including small birds and rodents. These wildcats are known for hunting up to 14 animals in a single night. That's a lot for such a little cat. However, they require a lot of energy and eat about a sixth of their body weight per night. Number 5. Leopard cat. The leopard cat is native to East, Southeast, and Southern Asia and is around the same size as a domestic cat, like the black-footed one we discussed previously. However, these little felines have longer legs and are more slender. Plus, they have distinguishable webs between their toes. It has 2 dark bold stripes on its head, and its muzzle is short, narrow, and white. They only grow up to 26 inches long with tails that are around 12 inches long, and they weigh up to 16 pounds. Leopard cats usually roam around by themselves outside of breeding season. Some of them are active during the daytime, but they primarily hunt at night. They're also adept at climbing and stay in trees pretty often. Some of these cats have been seen stalking small prey, like beetles and rodents, from 13 feet above the ground. Since they are so tiny, it shouldn't be surprising that the majority of their diets consist of minuscule prey, also including lizards, mammals, amphibians, insects, and birds. Sometimes they feed on eggs and grass as well. Unfortunately, these creatures are often hunted for their fur. 200,000 skins were exported every year from 1984 to 1989, but people also hunt them for food or because they get into people's chicken coops. Luckily, they've been the focus of conservation efforts since they were placed on the Japanese Red List of endangered species around 1995. Number 4. MANUL. Also known as the Pallas's cat, this tiny wildcat can be found the Tibetan Plateau in Central Asia, meaning they live in elevations up to 16,570 feet. Chances are that you'll probably never see one. They usually stay by themselves and spend their days hiding in burrows, crevices, and caves. Generally speaking, they don't come out until late in the afternoon when they start hunting. Since they're so small, they eat little animals as well, including pikas, gerbils, young marmots, and partridges. The MANUL is different from other cats, not only because of its unusual coat, but also because its pupils are round instead of vertical slits. These felines grow up to 26 inches long, and their tails reach up to about 12 inches. They also weigh up to 10 pounds. However, they look much larger than this because of their fur. During the winter, the MANUL's coat turns more gray and has less of a pattern. In the summertime, it is more of an orange hue. They have white cheeks and slender black stripes that run down from the corners of their eyes. This cat also has a short face, round, accentuated eyes, short legs, and low-set ears. Due to the extreme climate they live in, breeding season for the MANUL is relatively short. The MANUL has its babies in a covered den that they line with warm materials, including feathers, fur, and dry vegetation. These cats don't take long to mature and begin hunting at just 4 months old. Number 3. SERVAL.
There's no denying this wildcat's charm. It is native to Africa, especially in sub-Saharan nations that aren't within the rainforest.
It is the Leptailurus genus, only member which was proposed by Nikolai Servatsov in 1858. Some believe the name was created from the medieval Greek words for fine and delicate. However, it could come from medieval Latin terms that translate to deer-like wolf. There are other theories as well, but either way, this cat is adorable. It stands about 2 feet tall and is roughly 39 inches long and weighs up to 40 pounds. It is easily recognizable and has the longest legs out of any cat compared with the size of its body. Its coat is usually golden and has black spots all over its body along with stripes. These patterns vary in size, and some of the cats are entirely black. Servals have brown or green eyes and sizable ears compared to the size of their heads. Overall, this wildcat looks a lot like a cheetah regarding its build and coat, but they're definitely not the same size. The serval is active during the night and day, but its most active times are at twilight and midnight, when it's hot outside. They spend time in the shade resting and grooming themselves. They're usually alone when it's not mating season. However, cubs won't leave their mother until they're about a year old. Servals hunt small creatures including rodents, frogs, birds, reptiles, and insects. Number 2. Margay. This adorable cat is native to South and Central America and lives in deciduous and evergreen forests. It has nearly the same appearance of an ocelot, which is a larger wildcat that lives in Mexico, Central America, and the southwestern United States. But the margay only grows up to 31 inches long with a 20-inch tail, and it weighs just under 9 pounds full grown. They are brown with dark brown or black spots and streaks. Its tail is covered in black bands and has a black tip. This wildcat is an extremely skilled climber and is sometimes referred to as a tree ocelot.
They can spend their entire lives in trees chasing monkeys and birds. The margay can even climb down trees head first due to their ankles, which can turn up to 180 degrees. Ouch.
They are nocturnal, but they have been seen hunting during the day. They have also been observed hunting prey by mimicking their sounds. The first recorded case of a margay using this technique was in 2005. Scientists in the Amazon rainforest heard one mocking a baby pied tamarin monkey. Apparently, the call wasn't the best imitation, but it was close enough to make the adult monkeys check out the situation. These cats usually eat little mammals, eggs, birds, frogs, and lizards. Number 1. Flat-headed cat. This wildcat is native to Sumatra, Borneo, and the Thai Malay Peninsula, and it lives primarily in wetlands.
The most unique feature of this cat is, you guessed it, its flat head. Its skull has a significant depression that is easily seen from the side.
Its body is slender and it has delicate-looking legs. The flat-headed cat has reddish-brown fur on the top of its head and dark brown fur over the majority of its body. Its abdomen is mostly white and its face is generally lighter than its body. Plus, its chin and muzzle are white. Most of the time, these cats are by themselves. They were originally thought to be nocturnal. However, a female that was held in captivity was recorded as crepuscular, meaning she was most active during twilight hours. Flat-headed cats mostly feed on fish, and their teeth are designed to hold on to slippery prey. But these wildcats will eat crustaceans, frogs, chickens, and rats if they need to. They only grow up to 20 inches long and weigh up to 5.5 pounds.
Today's featured comment comes from KGC on our Untold Truth of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson video. Thanks for your thoughts, KGC. Don't forget to leave your comments below and we might feature you in a future video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.